Well, a threat to close bars from Monday if members of the public do not comply with recently revised public health regulations. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has issued a stern warning to bar owners if they can't get customers to adhere to COVID-19 prevention measures. He will have to shut them down again. More in this report from Khrystal Wilson.
It's only been 6 days since bars across the country reopened for business after being closed for the last 3 months due to COVID-19 public health restrictions. And already there is a threat to order these establishments closed, as reports circulating for the past week suggest that members of the public are not complying with social distancing, hand washing and mask wearing guidelines to prevent the spread of the deadly coronavirus. Speaking at the launch of the Linear Accelerator Wing at the St. James Medical Complex on Saturday, Prime Minister Keith Rowley said he will not hesitate to revert to previous restrictions as a means of keeping citizens safe from COVID-19.
I'm appealing to the bar owners to allow your businesses to remain open, because if your enterprise is an area where people are behaving in such a way as to threaten the well-being and the livelihood of the rest of the country, the government will have no choice. The government will reluctantly have to go back.
The Prime Minister said members of the public need only to observe international developments as it relates to the rapid spread of COVID-19 to understand the serious nature of the virus and the risks involved. With this said, Prime Minister Rowley indicated he will use the next 48 hours to determine a way forward as it relates to activity at bars across the country. Should there be no improvement, the Prime Minister announced bars could be ordered closed from Monday.
I'll watch it for another 48 hours before we make a decision.
The Prime Minister said he will consider utilizing the assistance of members of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to ensure guidelines are obeyed. Khrystal Wilson, TTT News.
And the Minister of Health says he will be looking into stricter regulations for the operations of bars following reports of violations of public health guidelines at some establishments. Speaking at a virtual media conference on Saturday, Minister DEYALSINGH noted that the reopening of bars globally has prompted a return to lockdown protocols in some countries. He said bars are one of the flashpoints for increased number of cases, along with beaches. The health minister said he was disturbed by 2 videos posted online of people jam-packed and partying in bars. He pleaded with bar owners and patrons to let good sense prevail.
The Chief Medical Officer and myself are now looking at what stricter measures we can put to manage the operations in bars, because the free-for-all that is happening has the potential of taking this country back to where it was 3 months ago.
The president of the Bar Owners Association, TERON MOHAN, whose membership is 300 strong, is disappointed by the actions of a few. He is also appealing to bar owners and patrons to follow the COVID-19 guidelines.
With how we carry about our business, we are requesting an audience with the minister to open discussions about that, and not just any sort of rash decisions to be made. At the end of the day, it is my opinion that the recklessness of one or a few should not outweigh the many. Many of us, the majority of us, we have complied to date. We have adjusted our operation accordingly, and we have, we've invested the time and the resources to make the necessary upgrades and to be able to continue to trade. We don't want to have to go back to what we just left off.